Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay. Mom, touch the button. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Am I on? Okay. You can hear me. Thank you. I don't know what happened. I had a troll when I first came on, and so it put in community guidelines and just expressed to me that somebody's on here. Thank you for showing up. What I was saying before, I have been doing some deep healing, and a lot of you guys have been asking about how to do inner child healing. I started my inner child healing. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. I appreciate you, definitely. I wanted to just express to you is like I started my inner child healing several years ago, but since we're going into this new energy, I have been noticing. Hi, Scorpios. Y'all get me. Y'all get me. 'Cause yeah, I'm a Scorpio, so y'all get me. So we as Scorpios, we have been going through a lot, but other people that have Scorpio in their sign, Gemini, Aquarius, the fixed energies are really being touched by this. But what I wanted to share is just that one thing that came up in mine, and I'm just being transparent. I was told to be from the time I started this channel is you're getting the raw Sarah. You're getting me raw. You're getting the things that I have had to literally heal from and transmute. And because Scorpios are on the front lines, we are energetically. Hi, Dan. How are you? We are energetically tapped in to um, healing karma, healing generational curses within our family. We are here. We are the ones that are down for it. And so, since I've been doing this, this morning I wake up and I am going into my father womb, and that was shocking to me because my dad, the dad that I was raised with, my dad, 12 years ago. I don't. Maybe it was longer than that because I didn't have a really good relationship with him. If in fact, it was almost like for me a relief when he passed. I felt safe, and I don't know if you guys can relate to that. Sometimes that people that do a lot of harm to your soul, you will feel relief when they go. Hi, Joyce. How are you? So good to see you. I'm so glad you guys are here. So sometimes you will feel like relief when they pass. And it's so crazy because now I'm dealing with it because of my I'm doing childhood trauma healing. And a few episodes ago, some of you guys asked me, how do you do inner child healing? I do have a digital educational workbook for you. I just have not put it on live yet, but it will give you complete step by step. It's an easy read, it'll be easy for you, and it's just how I went through. And this is what I use on my clients to help them heal inner child healing. to help them heal their whole body. Because if only parts of you are healed, you will find that how you translate with other people, people that you are in disagreement with, people that you are not, it actually puts a wedge between your connections. And so if you still are working with that, it's better for you to like work in staying away from the person that you are trying to heal from. And sometimes that's hard to do, because if it's a family member, is it somebody that is in your family and you feel like you're not being seen, it's hard to do that. But I'm telling you, and I'm here I'm as a testimony of that. I came from a very aggressively abusive home, and it was hard for me to talk about it. It was hard for me to acknowledge it. And it wasn't that it was hard for me to talk about it and to acknowledge it. I was I was not seen or heard. So when you're not seen or heard for what you are feeling, you just keep it to yourself. And Scorpios, what are we good at? Keeping it to ourselves. So I wish I would. Thank you. That's a compliment. Because I am not young, but thank you for the compliment. That's what happens when you heal. It's like your youth is restored. But the reason I came on is because my father came up, and I started realizing, correlating that with the heartbreak that I had in as a child, the heartbreak that I had in love, the relationships that I had that did not work out because I kept drawing the same type of energy, and some of the heartbreak was I was doing the heartbreaking, and some of them my heart was being broken, and so I just felt like I just really needed to come on and give you like some perspective, and to just let you know that allow those feelings, like we have talked on the channel on many occasions, that you must lean into your feelings. Lean into those feelings that make you feel uncomfortable. And whatever shows up, allow yourself to fall into that emotion. Because by falling into that emotion, you're allowing the divine to come. And it's almost like having, have you ever ate something and it gets stuck in your throat, and then you have to drink water to wash it down? Like you have to understand, like when your something is coming up, it's stuck in your chakras, it's stuck in your joints, it's stuck in it affects your health, it affects your relationships, it affects every part of your life. So when you're dealing with healing from these things, it's almost like you swallowed something and it got stuck. So what the Most High does, he kind of brings the balm of Gilead onto your stuck energy and help you move it through. Allow you to move it through. And what that does is allowing you to release it. And the reason I just felt, really felt moved to tell you guys that have been hurt in relationships, you must believe that the hurt that you were feeling in the relationship, they are going to feel the absence of you the moment you pull your plug. You must pull the plug from those who cause you to be in pain. And maybe on the other side, you may be able to forgive them. And maybe on the other side, there's no forgiveness, But we are called to be open to forgiveness. Now, what I went through with my ex-husband, it traumatized me. But when I got onto the other side and I was able to heal and forgive him, now that doesn't mean that those emotions don't come up again. They will come up. But every time some kind of injury comes in, you are to feel it, integrate it, and remove it from your soul. And what's so interesting about it, and the reason I'm talking about this right now, is because my relationship with my ex-husband really correlates so close to my father. And it almost like I did a carbon copy of my father. And I didn't even realize it because I had so much trauma in my body that I could not release and did not know how to release. And when I began to release, and when I began to be whole, then I started having a greater perspective of my mission in this world, my mission in life. Because when you're in pain, you're not living in your fullest uh, expression. You're not able to speak in your full expression. You're not able to be authentic to yourself. You're not able to be true to yourself when you are unhealed. That's why sometimes you can see people that pop off. When you see people pop off, they're popping off because they're holding in trauma. Yeah, I mean, you can tell when people drive. You can tell when people like drive and they start popping off at people. They're letting that aggression. It's not that the person is driving so bad, and they may be, but that is the only outlet that they can wrap their mind around, right? Because they don't want to tap into what really hurt them. And so, as we've been talking about this, we've been talking about healing to the nth degree, feeling your feelings, being tapped into your feelings. Because the more authentic you are with your feelings, the more you are honest about how you feel, the more you will be free within your spirit. The more power you will have when you're facing people that have hurt you. And the reason you are able to face those people, because and when I'm talking about these are people that probably may have hurt you, that you can't get out of the circle. You can't really get out of the circle because a lot of them are an extension of your family. A lot of them are, a lot of them could be people like you may work with, or a father or mother that has children. Those are the relationships that you kind of have to work it out. So this is why this works for you when you are healed. Because the moment you begin to give them back their energy, and as you are sending them back their energy, you're offering behind that forgiveness. Do you know how powerful that is? Because what you're doing is you're giving back the injury. You're giving back what caused you so much pain. Because when you don't give them back or return back the energy that had caused you so much pain, you will keep repeating that energy over and over and over again. That's why you find yourself dating people very different, but the same situation, if you get what I'm saying. It's like they're in a different archetype, they look different, but they're the same archetype. So as you begin to return back that energy, you begin to free you begin to free yourself. And as you free yourself, you are dealing with that inner child. You're actually healing simultaneously as you're healing from others. You're healing the inner child because now you're acknowledging the inner child. You're allowing yourself to let him or her to be seen again. I was coaching a few months ago, and like I said, I do more of spiritual coaching. I go into my client. I can like literally feel my client's chakra. I can feel their energy. And as I was talking with him, I can't, because whenever I'm channeling in healing with a client, a lot of times I don't remember the message because the message is for them. And I remember just talking to this gentleman, and as I'm talking to him, I said something. I just went into like when he was a child at 3, and when I said that, he just begins to bawl, like just like I had never, like I was just like really caught off guard because I wasn't expecting it. And a lot of times in my coaching, I'm coaching in private sector, and this was so happened to be a public sector. This was like people were coming in and out, and so I'm channeling a message for him. And as I'm channeling a message for him, I actually mentioned what came up, what source showed me about him, and this was his inner child. And as he began to tell me about his inner child, he's crying. He goes, "How did you know? How did you know?" And I go, I am just a conduit. All I do is I speak on the behalf of your healing, and I help bridge the healing, your present time right now. I bring a bridge to your past so you can bring peace with that. So as he was telling me this situation, as he was telling me about the 3-year-old self, he was literally in tears, and he goes, "Miss Sarah, my father left me, walked out of the door when I was 3 years old, and I never seen him again. So it's always affected my relationships with women." And one thing that I do, just by my experience, I feel that the masculine energy is more open to healing after a heartbreak, because it's something about being open like that. They begin to reflect. So remember, when you are forgiving people, you're returning their energy back. Because when you fall in love, there's like an attachment. You are attached to that person. You create a soul tie, and that soul tie lives in your soul. So when there's a detachment from that person is still tied to your soul. And that's why I say you have to return. And anyone that has hurt you and you're doing your inner child healing, and you're trying to heal from the assault to your soul, you must return that energy back to them. You return that energy back to them with love and forgiveness. Because what that does when you do that, it frees you. It removes the cancer that has tormented you. I know people, and I've done it myself, hold things for decades. This is your opportunity. This is your great opportunity to free yourself from the injury of others. And the injury, like, I even been saying, if you felt that you hurt someone and you took advantage of them, go to them. Ask for forgiveness. Make it right so you can clear your soul mind. So you can live freely in your body. And the reason I feel it's a correlation, because when I met my ex-husband, now I hadn't seen him in 2 decades. And when I saw him, he was frail. He was sickly. He had no voice. He had no masculinity. It was all taken. That's why it's so important to take responsibility to heal your body and to forgive those who hurt you. And I would say to you, in so much love, the moment you begin to do that, the moment you begin to see the light, the moment you almost take a weight off your body, the moment your auric field will begin to cleanse out, your chakras will begin to feel better. Your soul will feel better. The forgiveness is not for the person who hurt you. The forgiveness is for you to have freedom. Freedom from the tears that you cry from time to time because your soul remembers the imprint. When you return that back to the person who injured you, you remove the soul tie. That's why we did the Noni fast. That's why we did all this fasting. This is why we did all this inner child healing. And I will say, your inner child healing is not just one part of you. It's all of you. It's all of you from head to toe. It's all of you from the conception of life to now. And when you acknowledge those things, and when you begin to receive healing, opportunity to allow forgiveness will be the greatest power that you have ever had. It won't matter what circumstance that you are in. You will be free. You'll be free to love. You'll be free to laugh. And those that hurt you will be able and free to see your growth, to see your power, to be a spectator on the fence because they don't have access to you anymore. Not spiritually, not in a soul tie, not in a relationship. You have totally freed yourself. And this is so important for the Scorpios and a lot of the fixed signs, because relationships have been on the front line for us for many years. It's time to clean the karma. It's time to accept responsibility. It is time to receive love from the Most High. And as you receive, then you can return it to the universe. You can return it to the people around you. You can return it to your family. You can return it to yourself. That is the greatest love. That is the most sacred love. And what's so beautiful about that, you will finally realize how sacred you are, how amazing you are. And I think the realization, when you realize how sacred you are, you understand how sacred other people are, no matter what their flaws are. And you would do a second thought before you hurt someone. Because in this construct, we are all valuable. We are all sacred. We are all part of the divine source. We are all part of God. We are an extension of God. We're all that is. There's no separation. So let's be kinder. Let's be more loving. Let's understand. And thank you for showing up, showing out. I value you. I love you. And soon, you will see the magnificent blessings that will happen to you. And my ebook will be out soon. How to do shadow work. Easy read. And I'm listening to you guys. We are growing together. We are expanding together. And we're going to elevate together. I love you. And I will talk to you soon.